Hey, I'm live. I think I'm live. Can you guys hear me? Let's see if we get a lot of people on this one. Okay, let me get out of here. You guys, when I do this, like, I'm not doing super well yet, but I'm getting a hang of it. Creator Studio Live. Come on, live dashboard. Live dashboard. Hey, brothers and sisters, I am live. Before I start, let me see. Yes, live stream has started. Yes. Okay, let's go to where I want to be. That's where I want to be. Hey, YouTubers, this is Jacques from Jacques Photography, and I want to show you a couple of things because it's kind of funny. Today, I got my roof done. There's a lot of snow in Quebec these days, so much so that it actually affects the integrity of the structure of your house. That's how bad it can be here. So what I did was I decided to go, I used my drone. That's what we're going to talk about later. But I also use my drone. Give me a second. Ah! I'm going nuts here. I'm going nuts. There we go. So I use my drone, which I wanted to show you guys right here. Now, I guess what I can do is show you right here. Now, I use the unique Q500, if anyone was wondering. You're looking at 4K footage, and it's not too bad, huh? Now, that's my roof right here. The little roof right here. I find it funny. Hey, well, Josh, Luciano, not much is up. So yeah, there it is. So right here is my roof. So basically they take the snow and they shoot it out onto the street, and then I gotta hire a truck to come in and pick up that snow. So it's quite a mess. And why am I dressed? Okay, let me go back to me. Okay, that's another thing I want to talk about. I'm dressed like an Italian mobster. I got typical gym pants on. I shouldn't say an Italian mobster, but at least a mobster from The Sopranos, the TV show. Why am I dressed like this? Well, I got operated on my knee. It's an arthroscopy. I got my knee operated on. It's doing well, but I got to wear loose clothing today. So that's why I'm dressed a bit like an Italian mobster. Or at least a mobster on The Sopranos. My Italian... listen, the people in Jersey, don't get too mad at me. I know that imitation wasn't too good, but I do the best I can. You know, whatever. Okay, so listen, I just wanted to show you guys that. I should talk about the Unique because the Unique kicks ass. It really is a great drone. If anyone is interested in knowing about drones and stuff like that, the Unique Q500 is a inexpensive drone because it's getting older and older. A couple of things that are not cool about it. It doesn't have obstacle avoidance. It does have 4K, and it is just as sharp as any Mavic out there, any DJI. It really kicks some ass. That, by the way, that isn't me right there. That's a guy I hired named Francis, who's doing my roof right there. And of course, because of my knee, I couldn't do the roof. So, you know what? Before we start, let me just get into any of those people who just joined in. I want you guys to check out a couple of things, and I'm going to go to my Stay Tuned. Today, I'm going to talk about actually... Oh, man, that wasn't on the... That wasn't... Let's show that footage again. Sorry about that, guys. I had the Unique... drone footage they're playing. Yeah. So you're looking at rough footage of the Unique and the guy doing my my roof right now. So none of it's edited, so it can be a bit dizzying. But the Q500 brief, great drone out there if you need some 4K footage. It does 1080p, it does 60p, and I believe it does 120. It's got a stabilizer. Anyways, it's just a great friggin'... It's a great friggin' drone to have out there. I just wanted to say that while I showed you guys a bit of footage so you get to see what's going on. Now let's get back to me, just me. There you go. Maybe I'm hyped because of these anti-pain drugs I'm on, guys. I don't know. So yes, before I start, I just want to talk to you about a couple of Stay Tuned. First, no Stay Tuned actually. Yes. Sorry, stay tuned. Check out some of my photo shoots. I want everybody to do that. For all those people just tuning in right now who actually are looking at the archive video, look in the description. I will have playlists on my best photo shoots and stuff like that. I want you guys to check it out. Today, we're going to be talking about the value of a mistake. I'm not going to get in too much on the value of a mistake. I'll try to do it nice and short because I find interaction with people is a lot more fun than me preaching to you. I want to hear your feedback more than anything else. But basically what all of this video is based on is, right here. A video I made a while back called 17 Tips and Tricks to Better Photography. And in that video, there are 2 points I made. One is learn the value of a mistake and also embrace your mistakes. They're not the same thing, but basically what they say is that you have to go, whenever you do make a mistake, don't be so afraid and terrified of making a mistake. You got to jump in full-fledged and do your mistakes. It's okay. So I want you guys to check out that video. It really is worth it. I'll leave a link in the description for those checking it out later on. And also this video right here, which is basically on 100% mistakes. It's called Flash Misfires, Learning from Your Mistakes. It's a photo shoot that I did with Audrey, Rochefort, and when we did that video, I had an initial idea, which was the basic recipe of doing flash, which is you have your key light and you have your side light and your hair light. And I went with that, but what happened was there was a lot of misfires that happened at the same time, and the misfires gave me the image you're looking at right now. The main flash, which was the beauty dish, didn't go off. But listen, I'll let you guys check it out. I want you to go check that out. So what I want to do today, I'm looking outside there. The truck is coming for the snow. It's kind of cool. You should see these trucks. They're just gigantic. Because there's a whole industry of getting snow away from your house and dumping it somewhere. It's ridiculous. So, yeah. So what I wanted to talk about today was the idea and the value of making a mistake and how it can be beneficial. Now, this idea is more philosophical than anything else. It's really about the idea that, first of all, let's talk about embracing your mistakes first. So when you do make a mistake and you go out there and something happens that's weird, first, there's 2 utilities you can have at a mistake. One is, let's say you look at your picture and it's unfocused and you go and check it out. One reason you want to look at that mistake is that you might be able to correct quickly what's going on. Now, if you do not see those mistakes and think all your pictures are great, you'll never be able to actually go and adjust what you have to do to make your pictures better. Therefore, hop on those mistakes. If you screw up and you go and you do a photo shoot and something went wrong and you forgot a flash or something like that, look at what happened. Look at all the out of focus. You know, I have been on shoots where I have done whole shots where the moment was kicking ass and the images were just fantastic. And then I looked in my camera after and I was out of focus. The whole part where I had the model in the mood, getting into it, really giving me some great poses. Everything, exposure was there, and I was out of focus for everything. So the first utility of that mistake is going and finding out what happened, what was I thinking, why did I not think of my focus, why did I screw up on focus, why did I put my focus point in the friggin' corner when it was supposed to be in the center, on the eye of the person. That's the first reason. So philosophically, embrace those mistakes to be able to fix what you're doing. 1. And 2, and this is the cool one, and it's the whole idea of the value of a mistake. And I want to talk about that because a lot of stuff you look at and later on you realize, especially in that Flash Misfires video, you will see that the actual mistake I made came up with something that was really cool. Not only do you have to embrace the mistakes you make to correct, but you have to embrace the mistakes to encourage to keep on making that same mistake, because some of those shots are cool. So on my Flash Misfires video, I had a couple of misfires. I decided to do a whole other shoot using 1 flash, because on the Flash Misfires, I had 3 flashes and 2 of the flashes wouldn't go off in just 1. So then after that, I decided to do a whole other shoot with just 1 flash, and it kicked ass. Therefore, embrace your mistakes and know the value of a mistake. So there's 5 watching right now. I also put let me go here. Look at these guys with these trucks. Anyways, let me go back to what I'm doing. Okay, if I go into here, let me go into a couple of shots. Now, I picked this Celeste picture because I wanted to go to the actual, let me zoom in here. Zoom in here. Now, let me pull out. This is a shot I wanted to get with Celeste. She's an amazing artist. I'll maybe leave some links below to a couple of photo shoots I've done with her. She's a circus artist. She does hand-to-hand, and she's got a partner and everything, and she's just stunningly beautiful. I mean, look at her. She looks great. But this is the goal image I wanted to go for. It was in natural light. It was in her apartment. I had my aperture fully open, and I was trying to get shots where the back was blurry. That's why I think I was using, if I'm not mistaken, I was using the Sigma 1.4 on this one. The Sigma 1.4, so it was wide open. But wide open aperture also means that you do not have a lot of depth of field, which is a good thing, because as you can see from here, the back is blurry and the whole bit. But you risk getting a lot of shots that are not on, because if you're not focused in on the eye, even on this shot right here, look, I'm not on. It's like out of focus, totally. Out of focus, out of focus. But the shot in general was the basic goal I wanted to go for right here. However, I shot off a lot of shots to get a shot like this. This was the goal shot, but I want to show you a couple of other shots where Celeste was just flicking up her hair, and I just happened to accidentally shoot the shutter off in one shot, like this. Right here. I brought my camera down, and I brought it back up, and I got this shot. Now, if you ask, like, just in terms of crop, what I can do with this is just unbelievable. Now, it is 100% out of focus. 100% out of focus. And I know in post I can go and get an out of focus look, but something about this out of focus look is natural, and it's cool, and it actually makes the viewer wonder, where the hell, what are we looking at, man? We're looking at her hair in the front, are we looking at her from the back? And it's a cool shot. And so that's all I wanted to say was she, out of the blue, she just flicked her hair. So this is a very good example of me shooting a shot out of focus, nothing great technically about the shot in the slightest, but I love this shot. Aesthetically, I think it's a beautiful, beautiful shot. Now, it's off kilter a bit, it's not level, but it's a cool shot to me. Another mistake I did with her was this while she was flicking her hair, but this is something I do with everybody. I like to do this type of stuff. Flick of the hair, shallow depth of field, see that? Some of the hair is in focus, she's not in focus. So that's basically what I wanted to say right there, is everybody remember to understand the value of your mistakes. If there's anybody out there, do you have any sort of deals where you actually had a mistake and it turned out to be something good? You know, you can post that stuff on my Facebook as well. I might post a little thing about mistakes and how we get them and stuff like that. Let me check if I have some more other shots. I think the best place for me to go is probably my Instagram folder. Yeah, might be a good idea. Check out this. Yeah, not much in there. But yes, so that was basically what I really wanted to talk about on this video right here. Is there any other ways you think that mistakes can be a bonus? And I think the main reason I wanted to make this video was to tell people that sometimes those we shy away from those times where we screw up. As soon as you adopt that attitude, let's not shy away from that, and you attack that screw up, those two things can happen. And there are only two positive things. There's no negative. The negative thing is something that you have to choose to get away from. And the negative thing is you look at your mistake and get downed out and say, God, I'm a bad photographer. Don't do that shit. The two other positive things you can do is, one, look at your mistake and say, okay, I screwed up. What do I have to do to correct this? I screwed up on focus when I was doing my shot in the living room with Celeste. Well, next time you will be thinking of that mistake you made and make sure that you say, okay, let's correct this. Let's correct this and try to get the shot that you want, and make sure that you think of that mistake when you're doing the next shot. The other thing is the fact that your mistakes can actually be useful. out of focus stuff, weird stuff. I get this a lot. I think I talk about this a lot because of my show photography experience. This I will definitely show you guys because I think it's worth it. I'll go into my circus stuff. Clara, is she cute? Won't be long, people. I hope my my bridge is not on nudes. That would not be good. Okay. I find myself funny. Who doesn't take nudes, right? Nudes of myself I'm talking about, of course. So please do not think that there are nudes of other people or anything like that. Okay, ECQ. ECQ, which stands for École de Cirque de Québec. Okay, right over here. Okay, I just want to talk about these shots because the reason why you know what? I'd even move over. There we go. The reason why I want to show these shots is that these are shots that are taken at speed and they're fast and you're stressed out. And when you do these shots, a lot of the mistakes pop out. A lot of stuff pops out and you get a lot of mistakes when you take them. In a show situation, because the lighting is changing like this and like that and it's going quick, you find yourself in a situation where mistakes occur a lot. And it is also a place where all of a sudden you find yourself actually coming up with looking at some of the mistakes you made and go, wow, that's really cool. So these are a couple of shots. As you can see, that the motion is quick and people are moving around very fast on these circus shows. And so, I mean, just in this circus show, like, I don't want to boast too much, but this is probably one of the hardest type of photography situations you can be in. I realize that wedding photography is really, really tough, but circus photography is sort of the same thing in the sense that with wedding photography, you don't have a lot of light. You have to be invisible because, you know, it's an actual ceremony and you don't want to ruin that ceremony. But what happens in circus photography is you have those two same things of having to want to be invisible, but the wedding couple is friggin' running around and swinging on a trapeze and someone's on a Chinese pole or something like that. So it makes getting the shot a tougher thing to do. And I think some of these images show what I'm talking about. It's just not easy stuff to get. That's Florence, by the way. I will leave a link to her video as well. And that's about it, you guys. That's all I wanted to say. Listen, Josh Luciano, I mean, you're the only guy with me right now. That's cool. We're 4 people watching. And how are you? That's the question I want to ask you. How are you? Josh, didn't you write to me last week about some equipment or